Hey guys, I'm Holly and this is my husband Phil.
Hello.
And we're from the cooking family. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that's eggs.
That's right. We're going to give you the perfect recipe for hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. And this is really in the interest of world peace, because we have seen dear friends become mortal enemies debating over the perfect method for cooking hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. So we're going to settle it once and for all with the perfect recipe for hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot.
And the way to cook the perfect hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot is you're going to have to figure it out for yourself.
That's a little under-delivering. That's bordering on clickbait. We told them we would give them the perfect way. Why can't we tell them a perfect recipe?
Well, the reason we can't tell them a perfect recipe is because my idea of the perfect hard-boiled egg is not going to be the same as your idea of the perfect hard-boiled egg. And also, eggs are a delicate food, and just the slightest variable in pressure cooking an egg is going to make a big difference in the outcome of how they turn out at the end.
Explain.
So there are several variables that make a big difference in how your eggs are going to turn out, and the first one is the size of your egg.
That's right. The size of the egg can completely change the cooking time. So around here, I am the egg man, cuckoo cachoo, and sometimes I'll go to Costco and get a big container, and sometimes I'll have to run by Aldi because it's on the way, and they will both be grade A large eggs. But the Aldi eggs are going to be substantially smaller than the Costco eggs, and so the larger the egg, the longer it takes to cook, so you're going to get a different result than if you have a smaller egg.
That's right. And another variable is going to be the temperature of your egg.
Right, so if you keep your eggs on the counter at room temperature, they're going to be completely different than if you keep them in the refrigerator and start them from chilled in the Instant Pot, because the colder it is, the longer it takes to actually start cooking.
That's right. And the third major variable that you can control is the temperature of the water that you put in the pot, because we always put liquid in the Instant Pot.
Yes, so we put 1.5 cups in for this recipe, and coming from our tap water here, and we live in Texas, and in the summertime, it's literally 80 degrees coming out of the tap. It's balmy. But we have family in Indiana, and when we go visit there, they have well water, and it's freezing cold practically. It's like 45 degrees. And so you start with really chilled water, and it's going to take longer to come to pressure. And while it's coming to pressure, the eggs are actually starting to cook a little bit. So that also will change what your perfect recipe is.
That's right. A couple of variables that you cannot change. One of those is the weather, and believe it or not, the weather can make a difference in pressure cooking, and your altitude. So you might need to make some adjustments if you're way up high.
Okay, so why don't we give a starting point then, since we have all these variables. What's a starting recipe, and then what are some things that can be changed?
Okay, so the way that we like to make our hard-boiled eggs is 5 minutes at low pressure, and then we do a quick release, and we do an ice bath. And in just a minute, we'll show you an easy way that saves some time that we like to do the ice bath. And we use 1.5 cups of water, cold water from the tap, whatever that means in your house. So you want me to show?
Show it on the Duo.
Okay, so this is the Duo, and we have low pressure. If you have a high pressure machine only, then you're going to want to maybe adjust the time a little bit. Here is our 1.5 cups of water that we're pouring in. We're doing 1 dozen eggs up on the trivet, and we're going to close the lid. We're going to make sure that the valve is on sealing, and this machine has a manual button. Other machines have a pressure cook button instead of a manual, and you might even have an egg button that you can have a preset time. So I'm going to press manual. I'm going to change the time to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to use the pressure button to change the pressure to low pressure, and then I'm just going to let it start on its own, and it should start here in just a second. There we go. And then in this machine, we released the pressure right before we started this video.
So we can see the result and see that we can do the ice bath now.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to open this. And remember, when you release the pressure in the Instant Pot, to always release it carefully. And open it away from you because there's hot steam in there, of course. And then I'm going to use these hot pads that our kids made. Aren't they cute? And we just bring this whole insert right over to the sink and we start filling it with cold water. And then, because you can't just pour it out or those eggs are going to roll and crack, but we just fill it up until there's enough water to flush out some of that hot water. And those eggs moved just a little bit. They were all covered by water. And now I've gotten most of the hot water poured out. And we're going to fill it with water. And then as soon as those eggs are covered by about an inch of water, then I'm going to pour in my ice. Okay.
So this
So
is a
now-
big savings because you don't have to get another bowl dirty.
That's right. You don't have to get another bowl dirty, and you don't have to try to fish all your eggs out with a pair of tongs. And then just as soon as that is full of ice, you can actually bring it back over here. And I'm going to put it back in here just to have a place to put it. And these are cooled off enough to handle, and I'm going to show you how it turned out. Thank you, honey. Now this is one of the very best things about cooking a hard-boiled egg in the Instant Pot. This is why we do it, is the way that they peel so easily and so beautifully. Those peels just slip right off of there. And I'm happy now to volunteer to bring deviled eggs to things because peeling the eggs is not a pain anymore.
And our 3-year-old can do it.
Even a 3-year-old can do it. Okay, gave it a little rinse here, and we'll show you how this comes out. I've got some egg shells on my hands. So I'm gonna cut this open so you can see what it looks like inside. Okay, so for me, this is just about perfect. It's done all the way through. The center's not soft, and there's there's maybe a slight gray ring there, but not very much at all.
And we didn't do an immediate quick. We didn't.
That's
take it out
right.
as soon as we quick release. So.
That's right. It's
That
been
may have
sitting
added a
here
little
for a
time.
little while, still cooking. So, next time we're going to remember to take it out a little quicker. Obviously, we won't be doing this video to help, but
So, let's say the results weren't perfect. What are some adjustments we can make, knowing the variables? What can we do to get the results the way we want them?
awesome. So, if you know your eggs are going in a little bit warmer, or your water is Texas warm water, and let's see, eggs are warmer, and maybe they are smaller, on the smaller size, then you might decrease your time from 5 minutes to 4 minutes. And if they're not cooked enough, increase your time maybe to 6 minutes. Another thing that you could play with would be if you have it at 4 minutes or 5 minutes and it's not quite ready, maybe allow it to natural release for 1 minute before you quick release, or take a little bit of time going to get your ice so you don't have to rush and immediately plunge it into an ice bath with great drama.
But the key is just crack a few eggs, see what the result is, take some notes on what settings you used and what the result is, and then using the variables that we know about, make an adjustment and try again.
That's right.
And then you will end up with your perfect hard-boiled egg recipe.
That's right. And now we're going to enjoy eating some wonderful hard-boiled eggs.
Good job, honey.
Thank you.
That's just right.